And welcome back to Jeff Aden Live. Thanks so much for staying with us. We have Cabinet Secretary for Defense, Aden Duale. He's on the defense as we speak, but he's speaking out, folks. He's calling it like he sees it, and there's a lot of ground we are covering. Buenos dias. I asked you before the break, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, a.k.a. Riggy G, the other day in Mombasa, called a press conference. By the way, this was after the president did his press conference, so I don't know what the protocol of that is about, but that's another story. But he called a press conference and he laid the blame for the failure of the system on NIS Director General Noordin Haji. I mean, what's that about, man? What's going on in that place?
You know, Jeff, I don't want to discuss my boss on this bench.
You said that the last time, but come on.
Yeah. I'm sure you don't want to discuss your bosses also on this bench. I don't want to discuss my boss on the bench. But I'm sure that alteration between him and the Director General of National Intelligence Service, all of us, we are members of the National Security Council, chaired by the President. When that matter comes and becomes an agenda, then I will give my views.
Why didn't he blame you? Why didn't he blame others? He just laid the blame on Noordin Haji.
He blamed me. He talked about me when the Deputy President was in Karatina. When
he missed his flight.
He said, you're pushing me to discuss my boss. But he said Duale and Unganisha Waria. He should have said Duale and Unganisha were Somali. You know, Waria is a bit
crude.
It is a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It's a shame.
Yes.
So, but I don't want to discuss him. I've never discussed my bosses before and now. But the one on the National Intelligence Service, Noordin Haji, I'm sure that matter might have its place in the National Security Council.
Okay, you're good friends with Noordin Haji?
Not good friends.
But you're colleagues. I mean,
we are colleagues. Yes. We come from the same county. Yeah, we are buddies.
Okay. So has he been doing a good job?
Noordin Haji is a career intelligence officer.
But
let me finish.
The Deputy President called him a junior officer before he was appointed DPP. He said he was a junior officer.
That was the Deputy President. Let me ask me. You have asked me.
I've asked you.
He was, from an early age, he was a career intelligence officer. Rose up to the position of a deputy director. For you to rise to a deputy director in the National Intelligence Service, not only in Kenya, anywhere in the world, is a highly coveted. Noordin Haji has an uncheckered career in the National Intelligence Service. From there, he transited to the DPP. He was the second director of public prosecution under the new constitution. Tobiko was the first one, Noordin was the second one. He had also a good career he didn't finish his term during that period. No. And now he's a National Intelligence Service. And those of us who work with him in the security space, because the National Intelligence Service works closely with the Kenya Defense Forces, him and the CDF and all the others, Minister of Interior, IG, and all of us. Yeah. Noordin Haji is one of the best DG the country can have. I'm sure many will say, the minister is saying this because Noordin comes from his community, he comes from his county, notwithstanding that. Because you have asked me a question.
Yes.
Noordin Haji fits the bill. He fits to be, and he's the Director General of National Intelligence Service.
And yet the Deputy President went out, went to town saying this is the man responsible and he should resign. But, Noordin Haji, on his own part, in his own way, said, you know what, I don't answer to you. I answer to one man.
No, he didn't say that.
Oh, but it was on social media.
No. Noordin Haji did not say that. He respects his bosses, including the Deputy President. Social media, I told you 60% of the people who tweet, some of them are from outside.
Outside where?
Outside the country.
Doing what? Why would they do that?
No, but I mean, it's fun. Even when I'm in Washington, when I was in Washington, I was tweeting. Once you have your smartphone, you can tweet from where? Even inside Bonny Forest, you can tweet.
Yes.
Once you have the network. So I think let's not discuss the Deputy President. He's my boss. He's the second in command. Those of us who are in cabinet, we have a lot of respect for him. And all of us have been given an opportunity to serve and work with the president for him to deliver on the manifesto he has given to.
Okay, let me ask you.
And I can tell you, and I've worked with President Uhuru Kenyatta. I've worked very closely with President Ruto. President Ruto is a very fair man.
Okay, let me ask you this. My last question about these, your bosses or your bosses' bosses. So, is your boss and his boss, are they getting along? Is all well?
You know, that is a very personal question that you should put to them.
I wasn't there last Sunday, so...
Friend, you know, I can answer that question, and tomorrow morning, my chair at the cabinet
will be removed.
So I told you during term, I read the book of John Bolton, The Room Where It Happened.
The Room Where It Happened.
In the U.S., and last time we went to the cabinet room. So in the U.S., unlike ours is a tag name in front of your desk. But in the U.S., the name of the cabinet secretary is on the chair. So if, during Trump's administration, if you have a problem with President Trump and you are one of his secretaries or cabinet minister, your chair is removed. So in the morning when you come for a cabinet meeting, you don't find your chair.
Which means you leave.
And then the secretary of the cabinet will tell you, or the national secretary will tell you, go sort out your issues with the president.
And then,
so don't take me to that kind of a situation where tomorrow morning we have a cabinet at 8, so that when I go there, or the gates of State House are not opened. I don't want to discuss the relationship between my two bosses.
Yeah, I don't want you to blame me.
Yes. But I can tell you, President William Ruto is a very fair man, a good man. He listens to people. And where he feels you have not done well, he will tell you and he'll help you.
Will he listen to Gen Z?
He has listened to Gen Z.
No.
What's wrong with you?
Will he listen?
Listen.
Come on.
Jeff, he has declined the finance bill because he has listened to the Gen Z.
Yeah, he was forced to.
No.
You know, he was kicking and screaming.
My friend, you don't use the commander-in-chief, the word forced to. No, you're talking to the Minister for Defense. You're talking to the Minister for Agriculture or Water. He's our commander-in-chief.
Right.
So you don't force the commander-in-chief. The president listened to the valid voices of Gen Z, and he's a first. And by the way, you know one thing I need to clarify. The finance bill is not a creation of our administration. It's not a creation of President Ruto. Finance bills world over is a bill that helps and comes alongside the budget-making process to raise funds. So he listened to them, he dropped the bill. He saved the country when hooligans wanted to take over the affairs.
The jury is still out on that.
The affairs of the Gen Zs, and cause mayhem, death and destruction and looting by deploying KDF in accordance with the law. He has went ahead and said, in my opinion, after listening to you, there are 5 issues that are concerned to the people of Kenya. I have told you earlier, to corruption, public debt, wage bill, and any other things that the citizens through a public participation can include. He formed a multi-sectoral forum, cascaded to all the counties, to the ward level, where the views of Kenyans come up. I mean, President Ruto wants to run the affairs of our state through a consultative, participatory way.
And yet Gen Zs are saying and insisting, Zakayo lazima ashuke.
Those are not the Gen Zs, I told you. Why do you want me to repeat it?
Who is that?
First, they don't even fit within the age bracket of Gen Zs. I don't need to tell you, you know them. Some of them are older than you and me. Some of them, by the way, you know, unlike many other colleagues in cabinet or in Kenya Kwanza, I have worked with Kalonzo Musyoka when he was a member of Parliament and vice president. The late Saitoti, the late Michuki, James Orengo, Mother Karua, Charity Ngilu, say all this. Mwai Kibaki, William Ruto when he was the Minister for Agriculture, Minister for Higher Education. I can tell you, I can dissect for you Mother Karua and her political orientation. Kalonzo Musyoka the same. So the people were saying, Zakayo ashuke kutoka wapi? Amepanda wapi?
Ile sycamore tree.
No, amepanda wapi? Zakayo has delivered. He has brought down food prices. He has brought down fuel prices.
Okay.
Inflation is at 1%. Farmers are happy.
You're good friends with him, right? Does he listen to advice? Does he take advice?
You think he just woke up in the morning and declined to sign the finance bill? Do you think he woke up one morning and picked on Deputy President to be his running mate?
Oh, that was a contentious. Don't even go there.
No.
Because Kindiki was the first choice.
I will go.
We know this story.
But there was.
Don't go down that road.
There was.
Kindiki was the first choice.
No. You know,
bro.
You are not rank. You are not the file and the rank member of UDA or Kenya Kwanza. You didn't have the opportunity. You're reading social media, my brother.
You see?
Kindiki, my brother Kindiki, and my close friend, professor of law, constitutional law, he is qualified. He's one of the most qualified people to be running mates. Me included. There are many people.
Yes.
But after 18 hours of consultation, even on the finance bill, the president consulted far and wide. But I think all said and done, Jeff, even you, the media, you must be cognizant of your responsibility to the safety, security, and stability of our nation. I mean, you're a very seasoned journalist. There are many countries that went down, some because of the media.
And they haven't come back up.
Yes. The genocide that took place in Rwanda was because of FM stations.
Yeah.
Somalia is unable to recover. I mean, it has recovered, Somalia, from where it was 10 years ago.
But still.
Still, Sudan. We are an island of peace. And I really want the media to help us, not to mobilize gangs, and criminals to come and loot, destroy, kill, and maim innocent citizens. I think all of us, the 50+ million Kenyans, we have a responsibility to protect our country and our peace that our forefathers have left for us.
You know what the president said on Sunday is that he felt let down by his CSs and by his communications team. You could have been one of those who let him down.
And in fact, let me tell you, if the president feels I have let him down as a Minister for Defense, I want him to do the right thing, not only start with me and all the rest who have let him down, in the interest of the people of Kenya, and tell us to step aside. I'll have a new team.
You will do it?
I am ready.
Come on.
Look at me, quote me. I am ready.
You will leave.
That the president should have an internal discussion of himself, and anybody he feels is a baggage and he wants him to come out of the bus he's driving, he shall do it.
Including Aden Duale.
Including Aden Duale. I mean, I have life, my friend. I told you I have camels. What's wrong with you? I mean, I have served the people of Kenya as a member of parliament, as the leader of majority. The last 2 years as a cabinet minister for defense. The people of Kenya, through President William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta, when I was the leader, and even now President Ruto, have given me an opportunity to serve the people. But if I am part of the problem that is bedeviling the country called Kenya and our state affairs, let him start with me. But he must reset.
Yeah.
President must reset. He has an opportunity. We have listened to the vital forces. And the vital forces are categorical. They're saying we are tribeless. So those of us who want to survive in politics because of the tribal card, listen to the agencies. They want a united, tribeless Kenya. Don't hijack their good cause.
CS, don't forget the thing about there's been a lot of abductions, young people being abducted, some being held for days on end, some disappearing for a couple of weeks, and that's not good. Those are the dark days of Moi, you know.
No. Huh? In fact, the worst abduction, the worst extrajudicial killing in the history of Kenya happened the last 4 years of President Uhuru's reign.
What do you mean?
Ask me. That was the time when 30, 40 bodies were found in River Yala. 20 bodies were found in the Tana River in Garissa, my former constituency. So if we want to rate when was extrajudicial killing, extra-legal means were used when people were being killed because of their political affiliation, was during President Uhuru's last 4 years.
But President Ruto?
President Ruto, in his manifesto.
Yes.
And you can go and check. In his manifesto, he said, never again that state agencies and the criminal justice system will use the barrel of the gun and the powers they have to kill in an extrajudicial manner citizens of our country.
He also said that, I think, in his inauguration
speech. And it has never
speech,
happened. You go...
Right? His inauguration.
Even inauguration, he said, even Sunday night he said.
And yet...
But you know, it's only the social media and the mainstream media who have coined the word abduction in relation to when the police and the criminal CID arrest people. They did to many of my colleagues, even last month. Yeah, a governor was telling me, no, these guys are coming when we are in bed. Yeah, but they have a warrant.
By the way, Deputy President Rigiji has said that abductions are back. He admitted that. He said abductions are back.
Well, you know, I told you, I don't want to discuss my boss. Bring him here and ask him those questions. I have a lot of respect for the Deputy President. By the way, he's a personal friend of mine, apart from being my boss.
Is that right?
And I haven't seen him of late, so tomorrow I think I'll see him in the cabinet.
Is he a truthful man?
Yeah, you know, it's a very subjective term. To the Deputy President, he says he's a truthful man.
Yes.
The way I can say, I'm a very principled man. But please stop it there.
Okay.
I'm really begging you.
Okay.
It's above my pay grade.
You said that the last time.
Yeah.
You said that the last time.
My family is watching me. I don't want to lose my job.
Okay. CS, moving forward. Tomorrow there's supposed to be another demonstration, protest, right?
Of who?
Well, whoever it is.
No, of who?
Gen Z said they have 7 days of justice.
No. Gen Z's, even you sure the doctors have withdrawn their services. Gen Z have said they're not coming to the...
You don't know? Okay.
But whoever comes.
Yes. And don't forget, Sunday is Saba Saba.
Yeah.
The 33rd anniversary of the first Saba Saba.
Yes.
So the next few days, what do you tell the nation as Defense Cabinet Secretary?
That Kenyans, in exercise of their rights under Article 37, to picket, to demonstrate, to petition, our robust Bill of Rights has given them that right. As long as the same article says you are peaceful and you are not unarmed. The internal security organs, the National Police Service, and everybody will give them security to exercise Article 37. But we will not allow the National Police Service, as a member of the National Security Council, we will not allow politicians or other people to hire gangs and goons to come and infiltrate peaceful protesters exercising Article 37 to maim, to kill, to loot, and to destroy critical infrastructure of the state. I think those of us bestowed with the responsibility to protect life and property, we will be responsible, we will protect the citizens. But I really want to ask Kenyans, let us exercise Article 37 and all the other freedoms, media freedoms we have been given under the Bill of Rights while we are maintaining law and order and make our country great.
But the military is still in the streets.
We are not.
You're there, your presence is there.
We are not. Did you see us yesterday? I told you we will only come out of the barracks in exercise of what the law says in terms of deployment and what we have filed on after the direction of the High Court judge. Will only come as the last resort to protect critical infrastructure across the country in the 47 counties, Nairobi included. That we have a duty, and we will not shy away. Whether you say whatever, we will not shy away. Because we will be indicted if Parliament comes down, if the Supreme Court is destroyed. We will be indicted. We will be told, the Kenya Defence Forces, you have a duty under the Constitution, Article 241, 3B and C. Why did you abdicate your role to keep peace, to assist the National Police Service in maintaining law and order? Citizens, yourself is going to ask me. So before you ask me, I must do my work.
You must do your work. CS Aden Duale, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, my brother.
We appreciate it.
I have a few hours to sleep before the cabinet.
And you can't afford to be late.
Oh, I've never.
Huh?
What do you mean, Bana?
But a couple of you have been later.
No. In cabinet?
Yes.
In cabinet?
Yes.
When it is 8, the President Ruto is not like others. He will be on his chair's latest 7:50. So we must be seated by 7:30.
Eh?
Yeah.
And if you arrive nicely, nonchalantly at 7:55?
That is, let me tell you, that is the highest decision-making organ of the state. The 22 of us have a very unique privilege from the 50 million plus Kenyans to sit there. So why should you come late? You must be cognizant of the opposition.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also you have to keep your job and use the job to pay the bills.
There you go. And buy a few more camels.
Yeah, now I have enough.
You have enough, eh?
Yeah, about 180.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And please, one time I want to take you.
I would love that.
Please.
And we have some camel milk.
Yeah.
And some camel meat.
Yes. I'll take you a tent, we'll go sleep there, we'll secure you.
CS Aden Duale, folks. Great show. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All the very best. There we go, folks. Thanks so much for being a part of JKLIVE. In fact, you know, if it's Wednesday, it's all about those 3 letters on the keyboard that follow each other. JKL. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. Keep tweeting at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya. The hashtag is JKLIVE. If you have any more questions, comments, please keep them coming, and we'll keep this going, folks. You know, the best thing I always say, let's keep talking. Because the moment we stop talking is the moment we start fighting.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to go down that slippery slope. Thanks so much, folks. Good night, good luck. God bless Kenya and all our wonderful, amazing Gen Zs, as you call them.
Vital voices.